Heyo TCB Faithful, I hope you're enjoying your spring break. Because we got some extra time, we have 2 games for you today.
Today on TCB Reviews, we'll be covering Croc, Legend of the Gobbos Remaster for PS5, as well as Rivals of Aether II for Steam.
Let's kick things off with this recently released Croc remaster on the PS5.
Everybody knows about Croc. It was a semi-classic game back in the OG PlayStation days.
I always thought it was mid, so...
Yeah, I'm not saying it was great, but, you know, nostalgic. People have nostalgia for it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like people really think this is like on the same tier as a Mario or a Tomb Raider or a Crash Bandicoot or a Banjo-Kazooie.
I don't know who thought that.
It's a lot of people who put Croc up there.
Just because he got a bad pack, it don't make him Banjo nor Lara Croft.
Lara Croft?
Lara Croft.
For to say Lauren Croft. Those who were with TCB since the beginning knows that we reviewed Croc for a Nostalgia Tard some a while back, like our 5th video.
Yeah, it's way older.
And I said the same thing I'm going to say here. I thought the game was mid. I don't think it was anything special. I thought like some of the best things about the game were the visuals and the music, because the gameplay was kind of ho-hum, right?
I don't know. I've got a soft spot for this game.
I'm not saying don't have a soft spot for it. I'm not saying don't have a soft spot for it, but let's not overplay our hand here. Croc's been pretty meh.
I guess the question is, who asked for this remaster?
I don't think anybody asked for it. It's just, I mean, Argonauts came back from the brink. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. This is like one of their most popular games.
Yeah, it's nice to have them back.
If you don't count like Star Fox and Star Fox 2, this is probably their most successful game.
What was their last game released?
Catwoman.
Oh, we gotta play that.
I guess we do. Based off the movie, of course.
Yeah, I know. Let's get into this proper. How do you actually feel about the reboot itself?
Well, if we're getting into it, like let's take it piece by piece. I know one of the major things is going to be the updated graphics, right?
Yeah.
This is weird, right? Because I don't hate the graphics on hand here. I don't hate the revised graphics. I don't think they're good, but maybe I'm spoiled from the Tomb Raider remasters,
which you should be.
Which makes sense. I'm a consumer. I should be asking more from this kind of thing. But the Tomb Raider remasters did such a good job just
preserving the game.
While they didn't change, obviously, the base game, you can switch back and forth between the two. But the graphics, the new graphics they added so much.
While Croc just kind of feels like they just stuck it in the emulator and just upscaled it.
It does like AI upscale. It's overly bright. I hate how bright it is.
I mean, but look, personally, the fact that they kept it looking like sort of PlayStation-y is kind of charming to me.
And this is why I don't want to drag it, like across the floor, because maybe that's what they were going for, but Tomb Raider did such a good job of still looking like Tomb Raider, having Laura look more like a cutscene model. It's kind of like what that Mario 64 thing did, the Mario 64 mod.
Where they made him like the box art shit.
Right, and like that's so fucking good, man. And maybe I'm asking too much of Croc. And this is why in my brain, I kind of feel like I'm being mean.
See, look, the rule to me with remasters is like, don't make it obvious that you're remastering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to minorize the game, but keep the feel of it. And I think a lot of games done that, like Tomb Raider. It done that perfectly.
I'm just not impressed with what Croc brings.
Croc is a remaster for the sake of nostalgia, and that's purely it. Because
I don't. When you look at the environments, I kind of prefer the PlayStation 1 textures a lot better than the new ones they give you.
Cause the walls are like open wounds sometimes.
Stop. It's just it triggers my tryptophobia. I don't really have tryptophobia, not until this game.
They look squishy. Every wall looks squishy.
It's all like smooth and they blend.
I got it.
What?
Every wall looks like Atlantis from Tomb Raider 1.
Maybe. Every wall feels like a
pulsating
flesh wall. And it's just weird because they all like kind of melt into one another. Like there's no real once again, we're going to have to keep comparing it to the latest remaster, and that's the Tomb Raider games. This is just what you do. I mean, you're in that same realm, right? So the Tomb Raider remasters took the time to make every 2D element from the background feel like it's 3D.
Except for the skyboxes.
Yeah, then he add lighting in some areas, and then like, oh, if this statue was just a flat texture in Tomb Raider 1, guess what? It's a fully modeled 3D thing.
I think they fully modeled.
And then you get the Croc, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, you're going to make the world feel more or less PlayStation, right? But no, it's just smoothed over. It's high resolution.
It's
sure.
Croc without the Vaseline.
It's definitely a high resolution, but I don't think it does anything.
So pretend like the normal Croc is you not wearing glasses, and this remake Croc is just Croc with you wearing a new prescription. Everything clear. It don't mean everything look good, but it's clear.
Like some of the skyboxes are just really bad.
I think the skyboxes look pretty, actually. I think that's the best thing about the game.
Well, when you get into like a boss arena or like arena where you can get a good look at the background, and you can see like the limit and stuff like that, like it doesn't look particularly good.
Again, no one asked for this remake. No one asked for it. And again, I don't hate Croc. I'm glad people get to experience games from back in the day, because it's super important to keep this game around, even, the not so great ones.
Like the character models still have like the seams on them, and
yeah, but once again, I kind of like that because it reminds you that this is a PlayStation game, and I keep telling you, it's a remaster that is just made for nostalgia. It's not made to elevate Croc.
I don't know what I'm expecting from a remaster from a whole lot of characters that just look like Fraggle Rock characters.
Yeah.
So,
because back in the day, Croc was already good looking. But it was one of the better looking games for PlayStation.
But like the simple, I don't know, maybe go in a different direction and then have that mode available for everybody, because like they do have both the PlayStation version and the remastered graphics available to people.
And you can mix and match them,
and you can't like swap them the same way you do like on the fly with the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, but you can mix and match.
I was kind of hoping they would be a lot more daring with the look of the game.
Like make it look more like cuddly.
Maybe like, yeah, just give me the way you guys envision Croc to look like. This just looks like a PlayStation game with all the jaggies going.
I don't like the Gobbos fur texture either.
It's just
because it's weird, because like that weird texture that follows you around, and they look hyper detailed. Like again, like AI upscaling.
I'm trying to compare it to something right now. What am I trying to compare it to? What is a remaster that kind of took the old graphics and made them super realistic looking? Can you picture anything like
Crash?
That? Yeah, thank you. Like the Crash and Spyro remasters.
More so Crash.
Where it doesn't look anything like Crash, sure. But you can kind of see where they were going for, where Crash always had this naturalistic, like, it's a different look. Because if you want the older look, you can just play the PlayStation games.
Fair.
And Croc doesn't look too far removed from it just looks like it looks like everybody's a Jim Henson puppet. And I don't know what I want.
To be fair,
I am torn. I know it feels like I'm stuck on this subject.
The right? Baron already looked like a Muppet. Baron Dante.
I just kind of wanted to see the game in a different light.
Like I said, you have your right. Personally,
I'm sorry I can't explain it too much better, but
I know. Personally, I like the way the game looked. Not too much. Of course, it's nowhere near Tomb Raider. It's nowhere near Crash. Obviously. It do look like just cheap AI upscaling. But Croc itself was already a budget game.
Could you imagine? Because I always imagine in my head, like that's just PlayStation. That's just the graphics at the time. I was imagining Spyro. Oh my God. They name every mascot that's not Croc. I imagine Croc the same way the Crash remasters would be, like all these, like maybe he's in a jungle,
remade areas, all these remade graphics. You want new graphics, and matter of fact, it would be a lot easier to do this for Croc, seeing how simplistic the environments are.
So you can take a lot more liberties.
You can take a lot more liberties and work a lot more faster with Croc.
So maybe I did want to see a semi more realistic looking Croc.
Well, it's $30. I think it's more than $30 actually. No, it's not.
It's $30.
So it's a budget. It's a budget game. It's a budget title. Like I don't know what you want from it.
Once again, final time. I swear, I don't hate the graphics. I don't think they're particularly interesting, but I don't hate the graphics. I hate how bright it is. I think it's solid. I think it's solid. I think more could have been done. But maybe I'm being too hard on Argonauts. Maybe they don't have the same resources available to them that Vicarious Visions had for the Crash Bandicoot thing. And this is probably as best they can do.
Did Argonaut even make this remaster?
I don't know.
We should have paid attention to the splash screens in the beginning. I just wanted to jump into the game.
Yeah.
So let's go over what else this have to offer.
Moving on, outside of changing the graphics from the original to the remaster version, what else does this game have to offer?
A bunch of crap. They got like art books. They got the what you call it, the Bible.
Yeah, Croc was supposed to have an animated series. They have the Bible to it.
Oh, I thought that was like the Bible to like the world in general.
No, the cartoon.
But yeah, they got like artwork. They got like plushies.
They got like the in-work soundtracks.
Yeah, they got what is it? The Sega soundtrack, whatever it is.
The Saturn.
The Saturn soundtrack, which I don't understand why you can't flip through the music during in-game.
Yeah, well, you can't do that for Tomb Raider either.
Yeah, but Tomb Raider really don't have much of a soundtrack.
Good point.
Tomb Raider is more like atmospheric event music.
And Croc did have one of the better soundtracks for the PlayStation.
Yeah. So they have plenty for you to comb over.
They got like early animation reels.
Yeah.
For the character models. All these prototype of Croc's design, all these scrap gameplay ideas. If you're really looking for
interviews,
yes. If you're looking for the history and breakdown of what was used to make the original Croc game, it's here.
Very good, very fantastic. Is it worth $30? No. But do I applaud the amount of work that went into find all this bull crap?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Congrats on whoever made this game, because I still have no clue.
And I love like diving into like early game, like before the game comes out, like development history and things
like my favorite thing in the world is beta Pokemon.
So it was kind of cool looking at even stuff that I never knew about, like like some of the old power up ideas.
Yeah, like change it to a dragon, all that stuff.
And we got to spend a good deal on it, and it was cool. It was really cool to experience.
Beta soundtracks.
Yeah. So all that's tight. All that's fantastic.
But that's kind of it. Is nothing more. And I know that sounds weird, but it's a lot of things to offer. It's a lot of things to comb through. With like the level of Sonic collections.
Yeah, I guess that's a good comparison. But if you want to keep comparing it to the Tomb Raider games, at least the Croc actually has background stuff.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider games don't have the same level of background stuff.
So if you it's like a seesaw. Tomb Raider have improved
all these functions.
Yeah, all these functions and ways to play it and crap like that. Croc have background elements, I guess.
But you don't diminish it, because this is a remaster. So this is celebrating the game. So
no, don't get me wrong. They did what they supposed to on the tag.
So I feel as though, and this is where I think the Tomb Raider remasters kind of slip up. I feel as though learning about the past of the game is just as important as remastering the game that is based on.
Knowing where you come from is how you can step into the future.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, children.
That's my ninja way.
The biggest change with this game comes from the controls. Croc is notorious
for its crappy controls.
Crappy copy of Tomb Raider S controls.
Well, to be fair, during that nostalgia tours, I did discover that the game did indeed have 3D movement.
It does, but it's not as polished.
It's not as polished, or I forget the reason why, like my conclusion I got to, but whatever. There is 3D movement in the game. The camera makes the game, I think, feel like it has tape controls.
Yeah, but the thing about this remaster is they did improve on the controls, and you got a 360 camera now.
Yeah, you got control over
full control over the camera.
Full control, yeah.
But the thing, I played it up to, I think, like the ice dude, like at least the first ice world, at least. I'm gonna play it more after this. Okay, Croc is an already like super easy game.
yeah, one of the easier games in the world. Yeah.
And the controls made it
trivial.
Tiny bit of difficult.
So yeah, the controls added to the difficulty of the game.
At least some thinking was involved.
Once again, I hate to make the comparison once again, but it's kind of like the Tomb Raider remasters once again. Tomb Raider remasters introduced like full 3D movement, and it kind of trivialized some of the puzzles and things like that. Croc was definitely built around that control scheme, or that camera vision, or whatever.
Tomb Raider though, Tomb Raider's difficulty depends on the person, you know?
I guess. Whatever
Like,
that means.
yeah, it's like you might have problems with certain aspects of Tomb Raider. There's only one aspect you have an issue with for Croc, and that's mostly the controls.
And even with the tank controls, Croc was still pretty easy.
Yeah, it was still easy, but I would say like if Croc is like
A 4.
a 0.5 in terms of easiness, a 1.5 in terms of how easy it is out of 10. A 1.5, that's how easy Croc is.
But then again, it is a children's.
I'm aware of that, but doesn't mean you gotta treat them like retards. So if Croc was like a 1.5 in terms of difficulty, with the controls, is kind of like
a 0.5.
A 0.5 seems like the right score to give it. That's how much the control trivializes in the game. And to compensate for this is feel like they just made him the most slippery thing on the planet.
Yeah, if you like the ice levels of this game, you take it home with you.
Yeah, it's like the entire game just slip and slide and slip and slide. He slipped and slide in the original game too.
We slid and slide into our own fair share of pits, right?
Like it's ridiculous how slippery this character is.
And that kind of makes it a little unfun to control.
No. It's still fine because the degree of the control, and you can't. I don't think you can switch back like you can in Tomb Raider.
No.
So the degree of the control is good. Like you feel like you're tearing through the game, and I'm fine with that. Cause I think Croc should be just a fun little romp every now and then. Well, I'm gonna pop in Croc. I'll do my time, punch out.
Look, this might be controversial, like for everybody, but if it meant that the graphics could have been the way I wanted the game to be, I'm not saying they needed to be, but let's say ideally they wanted to do more with the graphics, but resources had to go into fixing the controls. I would have taken the controls the way they were.
Well, to be fair, and I say that a lot, to be fair, what I forget to mention, if you control with the D-pad, you still get the tank controls.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
So you can make those weird micro movements. But they did kill that stupid backflip he did though.
He doesn't need it anymore. It comes in some. It comes in handy. Yeah, he'll backflip. He'll keep the inertia of the run.
Yeah, it just slides.
And just when he does the backflip, he's in the air, so he's still moving forward.
So he in the air and sliding.
So it's not. It doesn't work the same way it does before.
By the way, the flow glitch still work too,
which is dumb.
Now I feel like it's tighter though.
I'm all for preserving elements, but maybe that should have been in the options menu to toggle off and on, right?
So maybe the difficulty is 0.
Maybe the difficulty is a 0, because as soon as I noticed that you can still float glitch, I'm like, so you're just some kind of platforming god in here, right?
Yeah, you can move like a god, you can jump like a god, you can float like a god, you can slide in the air like a god.
The bosses aren't hard.
Why did they? Okay, you talk about development you talk about development for the controls, right?
Right.
Which probably took about not even a day.
I'm not gonna sit here and guess how long development takes.
Why did they give bosses health bars?
So you can see.
It is so pointless. How about going back and giving the bosses
damage animations?
Yeah. Or tells when they're finished.
It's just little things where I think the game could have been improved in a more significant way, right? Little tiny cuts that make this remaster. And once again, this is mostly because of the Tomb Raiders, right? You have to compare these to the Tomb Raiders. I have to. It's not like these are some weird remasters that only we know about. These were critical games for like the 2 weeks they were popular for. So everybody knows the standard that they kind of raised the standard what a remaster should be. And I don't know how the Legacy of Kain one is like. So we forgot all about that because of the Tomb Raider ones. So we have to go into Legacy of Kain. So that'll probably be down the road.
That's gonna be hype.
Yeah.
You want to know another thing that pissed me off?
What?
You know that room when you start in?
No, it's
we starting to get into price.
Okay.
So when you start the game, they start you off in like a living room,
like a kid's room.
You don't control it, but it's a cutscene.
Yeah, like the Super Smash Bros. Intro.
Why is Croc 2 on the wall?
Yeah,
this game. Okay, this we established that this is a pretty simple remaster.
It's by the books.
It's by the books.
It has its charms, but mind you, strictly by the books.
I'm not mad at them. They did their job. It was the entire point to upscale the game. Bang, boom, bomb. You did it.
But it's
$30 for just Croc.
Yeah, that's
just AI. The only thing you did was upscale it. You could have added Croc 2.
And it fits the controls. Stop ignoring that part.
No. I mean, they fit the controls. Great. They were
quote
supposed to.
unquote fix the controls. I think that's like a middle point. I don't think we're going to agree with them fixing the controls.
Well, the thing is, they made the game more palatable.
Yeah, okay, arguably, yes.
Why could you did? I'm not going to say barely any work went into this, but it's not on the same level of other remasters.
I don't know
It's
why.
not a Crash. It's not a Tomb Raider.
When we discovered this game was out, I don't know why my brain, as soon as I went to the PlayStation Store and I seen that $30 price range, I don't know why my brain programmed me to think, hey, this must obviously come with Croc 2, right?
No, you see, you don't come with Croc 2. You get the teaser of Croc 2 being a poster on the wall.
So they're double dipping.
They're double dipping. They might double dip with Croc.
So you're telling me, if I remember correctly, the Tomb Raider games, you got 3 games with all the improvements of this Croc remaster for $30. And then you pay another $30 for some of the more weaker games in the series, but they still have the same quality of life plus improvements.
Yeah.
So we're being charged for the Croc remaster for less improvements than the Tomb Raider in only 1 game.
And possibly the second one coming out.
For another $30.
For another $30. Possibly.
That's fucked up.
And mind you, they could have did what they did with this game, did it to both of them, and still came out in the same time.
And don't like, oh, well, why'd you buy it in the first place? Because we go half.
Yeah.
So it's only $15 from the both of us, and that's not.
No, you can't afford it, but why waste the money?
Why waste the money for one guy when one guy could put up half? So we paid for it, and that's how we can that's how we justify it, right? But for $30 is a high accent price for a game that's so mid, and with improvements that's so minimal.
And don't get me wrong, Croc 2 is a improvement on Croc 1.
I never played Croc 2.
Maybe we need to do the style guitars on it.
I never played Croc 2.
It's Banjo. It's all right. If Croc 1
is Mario 64
mixed with
Tomb Raider
bits of Tomb Raider controls, Croc 2 is improved Tomb Raider controls. That's Banjo-Kazooie.
Is Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes, technically. It's like Mario 64 mixed with Banjo-Kazooie and Tootie.
But we don't know if we're ever going to get this Croc 2. I'm not like my brother here, right? I'm not saying that no work went into the Croc remaster. Right?
I didn't say that.
You said that multiple times.
I said not a lot of work went into it.
Okay. I think maybe a good deal of work went into it. Like, we don't know. All I'm saying is, I don't know why you didn't take the extra time to make Croc 2 a thing.
All you had to do is upscale it.
Because if you think I'm paying $30 for Croc 2, you're out your goddamn mind. Next time, when TCB reviews come out with a Croc 2 review, that game better be $15 unless I'm waiting for it to be free.
Let's score this game up.
Considering everything we said, I still have a soft spot for this game. And it's just, it's based off my childhood and whatnot. So the highest I can give it is a 3. Which makes sense considering I gave it a 2 before.
I'm gonna match you there. I can't see the game going any higher. It's not that much better than the original.
So Croc slips in at a TCB score of a 6.
Starting with the positives, the updated controls are nice.
The in-depth look at Croc's development with all the little hidden things that even I didn't know about is welcome bonus content.
For what it's worth, the upscale graphics does look nice, even if they are a bit simple.
On the negative side, despite we feeling the graphics are serviceable, we feel like there could have been a lot more done with them.
Despite the much needed update in controls, for some reason they decided to make them very slippery, and that kind of hampered some gameplay elements.
Lastly, $30 is a bit hard of an asking price for just one game. We feel as though it would have been a better value if they included the Game Boy Color games and mobile. So I guess Croc went from being a mediocre game to more of a mixed bag.
More like mediocre to mediocre.
Well, it's not mediocre. Our next game.
When we come back, we'll be checking out Rivals of Aether II.
Chrono. Raster.
Welcome back. Let's get into some Rivals of Aether II.
Fantastic.
And we don't cover much platform fighters on the channel, so this will be a nice change of pace. That'll change with this game in general.
Yeah, because this game, I think I'll be gonna hit your wagon to this game.
Yeah. So once again, I say this multiple times on this channel, we make it no stranger that we're not a fan of modern fighting games. They're all pretty much awful for the most part. It's either from the business side or just from a gameplay perspective or philosophy. We're not a fan of.
Two from a gameplay side, one from the business side. Take a guess.
So we've been trying to get into a platform fighter over the course of our time, and we definitely wanted to try to look for something fresh.
First, it was supposed to be Nicktoons,
and that game's good too. And on its own right, Nicktoons 2 is fantastic. We should have reviewed it.
Yeah, we should give it some attention.
But that game is great. And then we tried Rushdown Revolt, but it was always a mixture of the game being too esoteric for us to get into, or the game just not being like, I feel like, fun enough.
See, look, most platform fighters' issues is that it stays from two places. They're, like you said, they try to be too esoteric, they try to be too different from Smash, as opposed to other games that might be too similar to Smash.
I would say the only real platform fighters that I actually had fun with off of trying to discover off what I like about them was
Slap City,
definitely.
Nicktoons, both
Nicktoons games.
And
I want to say to people who know, I like Flash Party a whole lot.
Oh yeah, Flash Party. That was an okay game.
Yeah, but
that was
like,
more closer to Smash.
Yeah, it had like annoying free to play elements in there, so
like
it wasn't. So I kind of fucked with the fun a whole lot. But Rivals of Aether, I think we can finally hang our hat here.
This our forever home. Like, this game is just fantastic. It has elements. It does the right thing. It's not pretending not to be like Smash. It's not pretending to be its own unique thing. It's clearly piggybacking off of Smash.
Well, it's piggyback. It's like a marriage, right? I never played Rivals 1. I've seen a good amount of gameplay.
Yeah,
with it.
I've seen a lot of Rivals 1,
but
I never played it.
It's a mixture, right? It's like if you take Rivals 1 and added more Smash elements into it.
Yeah.
And to my understanding, that's what the core developer kind of envisioned for the first game. Like, the first game was good, but it was made under limitations, right?
Here's what I'm trying to figure. The first one was good, right?
Yeah.
But it was harder to get into the first one due to how Melee-esque it was.
I don't know about all that. I never played it.
I never played it, but the game always looked like it was towards a Melee. And Melee is good, but Melee will...
I like my fingers attached to my hand, right?
Yeah. So, Melee will scare people away. Let's beat it up about it.
But Rivals 2 feels like a nice, balanced,
casual
middle ground.
Yeah, between casual and competitive.
Right, so let's just we're not going to be talking about game modes or anything like that.
It barely have it.
Yeah, this is more of a gameplay kind of overview of what we like about the game, or certain things about the community and things that we just enjoy about the game. Because we've been playing this game pretty religiously before Olympia. Before Olympia. Olympia is the latest patch of the game. So we played that a little when Olympia was a little ways away, like
3 months before Olympia.
Right. So let's get into the gameplay.
So as I stated before, this game plays closely to Smash, but not. It's like it takes the best elements of Smash and the best elements of the original Rivals of Aether and just smush them into a well molded. And I know, like, the competitive people might have a problem with this game, like the diehards,
the people coming from Rivals 1.
From Rivals 1.
I did hear complaints that like some of the changes made to be more Smash-esque took away from the originality of the first game, and I kind of agree with that after watching some more of the first game. I agree with that, but it's kind of needed for mass appeal, right?
That's exactly what I was about to say, mass appeal. I would rather have this game. I would rather have a game that's good, that reaches that mass appeal, as opposed to a highly competitive game that reaches nobody.
There's lots of comparisons. I guess the only real heavy comparison you can make to this game is Smash Ultimate, right?
Yeah.
And I like Smash Ultimate, not a lot. I do think it's one of my least favorite Smash games. I think the gameplay is boring. I think the mechanics could have been better. I think the gameplay was sacrificed for roster porn.
Again, that's the point.
Okay, that's the point, but it doesn't make it good.
I mean, yeah, but you got to understand they had to fit 80 characters. Something had to give. Every character can't be a big ball what you need them to be when there's 80 of them.
Oh well, doesn't make for a fun game.
Well, Armageddon did it. It was okay.
Armageddon did it, and it was
Armageddon was significantly worse than other games.
Okay, then Ultimate's significantly worse than other Smash.
Yeah, but it's not. Both aren't bad games inherently.
But back to Rivals, back to the good platform fighter. So
Whatever.
There's a whole lot of comparisons made here. And Rivals pretty much fixes all of my issues with it. The game is nice and responsive. Characters have a lot of depth to them. It's not just they just do like kind of like one thing and that's it. Like characters are multifaceted. They have like multiple tools. It's not just you spamming one tool on somebody. The netcode is good. There's just a whole lot to like.
This game is listen. I like both Smash and I like Vest. I don't care about preconceived notions one way or the other. Sorry. I like both games. I can go from one to another. And for somebody who able to do that, this game scratches the edge that Smash don't scratch. Okay? So if you want like a more competitively focused Smash game that's not Melee, because I can't get into Melee because of the way it is.
Yeah. I'm sure we can learn it. It's just like, man, I don't feel like busting up my hands, bro. But this game, I think this game is going to be popular. And the only reason we're not reviewing things like game modes and all the other stuff right now, we already know the netcode's good. You don't need to tell you don't need us to tell you that the netcode.
Even though we haven't played online yet.
I haven't played online yet, but
we just been fighting each other.
I've seen plenty of online matches. The netcode is fantastic, and they added a rank mode and shit now too.
Yeah. So no, they been had a rank mode. They refined it.
Oh, okay. They refined the rank mode
during their Olympia patch.
But I'm not like some pro platform fighter player.
No, you can tell by the gameplay. We still like, for example,
I'm still figuring it out.
For example, the first character I seen from the original Rivals of Aether was Olympia.
Yeah.
So I was hyped when she was released because she reminded me of like a rat Makoto.
She is a rat Makoto.
So
Makoto, whatever.
So I'm like, okay, I hype when she released, and yeah, okay, I'm shit with her now, but there's growth there. I'm going to get better with the character. Like we was playing today, I got a lot better with the character.
And as far as the roster goes, there isn't a character specifically for me yet. But I mean that might change. Fleet is the closest. I kind of like playing zoners.
You like Craig?
I like Craig too, but Craig is fun.
The big beetle guy.
Every character is fun, but other than Fleet, nobody really speaks to me yet, right?
Yeah.
So Fleet's the only character I'm enjoying all the way through. Craig's fun. I'm starting to, as I play, get better at certain things with the guy.
What you call him?
What?
The hyena dude. Frostburn.
He's fun too, but my issue, and we're gonna be all over the place probably, but my issue with Frostburn is that like his kit only like evolves being just a sword character. His gimmick feels like weak.
I think his gimmick was stronger before, but I think they either changed it or is either it was too powerful or it just wasn't working. So they changed it to make him a bit more powerful in terms of like mechanically.
Yeah, well, they need to buff him so his gimmick is more prevalent because he's just a really good sword character. He's not really interesting though.
It's like Fleet. Fleet apparently was way more powerful before.
And then like another character is like Claren. I think that's what her name
is. Clarence. Put that Cartoon Network dude on there.
Like she's the Marth analog, and she felt like really slow at first. And then like you get used to it. Like this is how I wanted Smash Bros to feel. In Smash Bros, I don't know what it is. It's either the mechanics or the design, but I never like winning in that game. I never like learning in that game. I don't know what it is about it.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty fun game.
I was never having fun with Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was faking it the entire time. I never had fun with Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I only played it for the most part because you enjoyed it. And I'm not saying there's like a lot of shit to hate, but as far as the fighting game goes, and yes, platform fighters are fighting games.
Get over it.
With that dumb stuff. Platform fighters are fighting games.
100%.
It ain't your fighting game. That's the only difference.
Don't play them.
Oh man, did Sakurai say in 2002 that platform fighters, his games aren't fighting games? Then that's his game.
No, not play. Okay, to be fair, he can coin the term platform fighter. He did invent the genre.
I'm not saying,
but that doesn't mean, like for example, we got different fighting games, and like you shouldn't have to whittle them down to like one particular thing. We got different types of fighting games for a reason. It's the beauty of the genre.
It's the beauty of any genre. So to disregard one because it doesn't play exactly like Street Fighter, which the current iteration it might as well just be a party game.
Which is
100%. ironic and sad.
Street Fighter 6 is more of a party game than Rivals of Aether II. Hell, Street Fighter 6 is more of a party game than Smash Ultimate.
Fucking Multiverses had a better parry than fucking Street Fighter 6. Anyway, I digress. The character designs of Rivals 2, like every character plays differently, right? There's nobody really stepping on each other's toes yet. You got Claren, who's the disjoint sword character, but you got Loxodont, who is also like a sword-based character.
A disjoint character.
A disjoint character, but he's a heavy, and he's really good at controlling like the middle of the map.
Yeah.
So his movement is really strong too, and that was really annoying.
Everybody's movement is strong in this game.
That was really annoying to get used to as well, because like heavies aren't like helpless.
Well, he's helpless, but
no, but he's good at what he does. Is what I'm saying. He's not a garbage character.
No, I won't say he garbage. No, I think everybody in this game is viable.
Nobody in this game feels bad. But everybody does their own thing. So it's cool. It's just a well-designed platform fighter that I am 100% behind, and you will probably see on this channel a whole lot.
Yeah, like versus the worlds. You probably get the Mash Masters
eventually.
Oh, when it's done, it's definitely getting a run back.
Yeah, when it's done. That's the major takeaway here.
Go ahead.
The game is also $30, much like Croc. But the thing is, the $30 provided for this game is kind of like a founder's thing. You're an early adopter.
Yeah, and it's like it will get better. Like for example, you get stages for free. You get characters for free.
You don't get stage. Well, okay,
I think you do. I think you do get character stages for free.
You got to get like they have stage skins. I think that costs like.
Okay, but that's a skin. I don't care about that. But the new stages, them add-in stages will be free.
Characters are free. After you pay your $30. Characters are free. I think the game goes on sale a lot when the character comes out.
Like this is the first game I'm like, maybe I might want to drop some money. Some of the skins do look sick.
Right, and it goes towards tournaments and things like that, and all that is nice.
It's a breathing community,
and that's another thing I want to put like emphasis on. It's the community. We haven't interacted with the community like directly yet, but just being around, watching videos on the subject, just watching people just love the game.
Yeah, people excited, people talking about tech. It's like it's so refreshing. It's like the community don't feel toxic like other fighting game communities. It's like
it's welcome to all skill levels.
All skill levels, and like I said, look at the gameplay. We're not great right now. We're getting better,
but I'm sure if we go somewhere, but like we need help, we'll get accepted with open arms. And this is going to be like, I'm not saying that's every community, right? And so that's wrong to say.
I'm pretty sure there's jackasses.
But if
jackasses in every community,
right? But you're comparing this to like the devs are open.
Yeah, constant sit downs, constant
Q&As or something like that.
As far as we know,
they're constantly letting the players know what their plan is, what their idea is behind this patch, what their roadmap is for the next year or something like that. There's always communication with the devs, which I mean, if you're coming from Nintendo, it's night and day.
Well, to be fair, they're an indie company and they're hungry. Nintendo is just a generic big name company that don't give a shit about the community whatsoever.
My thing is though, Nintendo could have this relationship with their player base.
No, but they rather punish them for tournaments. They rather copyright. They're like, that's why I'm scared to do this Nintendo shit. They rather copyright people. They don't want to build. They just want to make money.
So, some of the things Nintendo has done to the Smash Bros. Community is straight up
unforgivable.
And
the fact that people still support that company and play that game when there is an objectively better game with a better community and a better team that's willing to listen to you is asinine.
Well, it's the same thing. Like we got into the Switch 2 stuff on the Crosscast. Hint. Go watch it. The people who support Nintendo are like some dummies. Like more dummy than most dummy fucking fan bases.
And I will honestly say this: anybody who plays Smash, please. I'm not saying stop playing Smash, but stop. You can play Smash within your community, you know what I mean? But stop trying to push Smash to be bigger than it is. They clearly don't want that. So why give them the attention? These developers are hungry. They're younger. They're willing to listen. You can feel it. You can feel the heart in this game.
It's definitely hurt. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of hurt. Nobody can disagree with that.
Even if Smash Ultimate or any Smash game in the future had the heart of hearts, they will still have to contend with Nintendo.
I would think the Smash community would be scratching at the bit to support any game that they can play in tournaments freely.
Yeah.
But I guess not. I guess it just has to have Mario on the front of it to have people care about it.
I like Link. I like all these other dudes.
No, it's fucking
But
stupid.
it's like, what's the point?
They had the longest time to support any of these fighting games. Your Rushdown Revolts, your Nicktoons 2, probably Nicktoons 1, depending on how you felt. What else we got? Your Slap Cities. Like, you had plenty of opportunities to support all these other fucking games, but you want to keep playing the game because it has Mario in it.
No, because you can make money off of it.
And I'm not saying it's because of Melee, right? Melee is a specific game.
And don't get it wrong, Nintendo did not support Melee. That's all grassroots.
So Melee is a specific game, but Ultimate? Nah, bitch, y'all should have been race straighted. Y'all should have been saying, nah, we got bad netcode. Nah, the gameplay's not up to code.
We got bad practices.
Look at these shitty patches. Look at this poor ass bounce.
And I want to agree the fact that rivals don't have the same responsibility that that Nintendo have, or Namco Bandai, because they made the last like 3 games. So I understand they don't have the same responsibility. They don't have to cater to everybody. They just got to cast a big enough net.
You know why I think you're wrong? Is because they got the $30 version, right? The $30 version is for early adopters, the people who care about the core gameplay of Rivals 2. While they're developing around that fan base, while they're helping grow that scene, they're also adding modes to help casuals.
You are right. You're right about that.
So they're going to have their cake and eat it too.
You're right about that. But it still will never. They still working with that limiter. No,
I just disagree.
You can't disagree with that.
I think Rivals 2.
It will never be as big as Smash. Well,
I think Rivals 2 will have its cake and eat it too in a way that Nintendo
okay, I
never
understand it'll have a cake and eat it too, but it will unless we don't see a Smash game for the next 12 years. It will never have the same brand appeal.
Of course it's not, because what you going to compete with? A fighting game with Mickey Mouse on there or Johnny Two Pockets?
It will never have that. So they're never going to be juggling that responsibility.
I don't give a fuck about a brand.
They are allowed, for example, if they were a part of Nintendo, they wouldn't be allowed to make the game they wanted to make. You see what I mean?
I just hate the idea of this platform fighter or this particular fighting game doesn't get love because it doesn't have a fucking face on there. And I think that's always bad.
Furries are popular. Just play the damn game.
This has been a furry-centric TCB review.
Yeah, really. We got Croc. We got Baron Dante.
And that matches. Look, guys. Look, Rivals guys who watching this video. We love furries. We don't love furries in front of us, but we love furries. Look how many furry games you played for this episode.
To be fair, at least these animals are more anatomically correct.
I don't know. What's his name? Zetterburn? Makes me nervous. I don't know. It's just
but then Lionel make you nervous.
Lionel had a shirt on. Well, he has a onesie.
No. You get it confused. Zetterburn is a tiger man. Lionel is a man tiger. Oh. That's the difference.
And then that opens the door for like indie characters too.
Yeah,
a lot more easier.
It'd be cool. I guess they got to be animals.
Hey, Rivals guys. Look, aim with me on this one, okay? I know it's animal based, but can you please add Shantae to the game?
Please add Shantae.
Even if it's Shantae and she turns into different animals and her base is like a monkey, can you put Shantae in the game, please? I want Shantae in the game.
She was supposed to be in Smash. She got cucked for gay ass Sora.
No. They put dude in the game.
Who?
Shovel Knight. And that's a human guy.
Oh kinda. Yeah, put Shantae. First things first, bring them back.
I think they are.
Bring them back.
Everybody in Rivals 1 is coming.
I want to see Shovel Knight. I want to see Hollow Knight. I want to see Shantae. I want to see Croc. Matter of fact, if you can, get the ultimate furries. Get Crash Bandicoot.
Put Lion on again.
Get Crash Bandicoot. Get Spyro. That'd be hype as shit.
Put Panther on again.
Oh,
Lion.
Oh, nobody know what that is. In other words, I don't know what I'm saying. But the fact is, this Rivals of Aether II is our Aether, whatever, is a fantastic game.
And it's only getting better.
And it's only getting better. So if you wonder about your $30, do not just drop the $30 and
be open-minded.
Be open-minded. It's getting better. Matter of fact, it's not that it's ass now. Remember, good net code, solid cast,
good rank
release
system.
Character. I don't know what their release schedule is for characters, but they just released Olympia. So, and apparently, I think
like 2 months.
Yeah, Italis?
Yeah.
I think he was a character that released before Olympia.
Yeah, I don't know like the date between characters,
but it's they're coming.
And they always like you don't have to wait long for information.
And Smash people, in general, fighting game people in general.
Get out your fucking bubble.
Get out your bubble. Stop being elitist. There are more than one type of fighting game you can enjoy.
Hey, Amir. Would you call me a platform fighter guy?
No.
Then do I like Rival Either? Do I love Rivals of Aether II?
Yeah.
Okay then. So if I can see past it's a platform fighter or it's a different style of fighting game, then you can. It ain't hard.
Fighting games deserve to grow. It shouldn't just be up to Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat, even Fatal Fury, even Smash and Fatal Fury. It shouldn't be up to these games to carry the entire thing. There are people out here doing God's work. And y'all just ignoring them because y'all want to be elitist or stay in your safe bubble.
So why wait for these corporate companies who don't give a fuck about you but only give a fuck about your wallet?
SNK, not SNK.
Yeah, they're too busy with the Saudi money.
Not SNK and not NetherRealm to a degree.
So what's the point if all Capcom is interested in is World Tour and other nonsensical stuff instead of actually giving the game the love that it needs? Why wait for Capcom to adapt to that when you can go to other companies who are doing that? Or other games with other developers who give a fuck?
Well, this has been less of a Rivals review and more of a wake up to the fighting game community.
Well, you know how we can make it a review, right?
How?
Give it a score.
Right now?
Just give it a score.
Like how the game is right now.
How you feel about the game in general?
$30 and all.
For $30 and all.
For this game right now, I will give this game... I'm gonna give it a 4 point. Fuck, I'm giving it a game of 5.
Oh, a 5. Yeah.
It's my first 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
This game is just is too much potential that's actually being reached.
Like it's reaching here.
There's no guessing here. They're going to reach their potential this game need to be.
Once there's a character that fits me, I feel as though the game will be a lot more fun.
Yeah, because my mains are Olympia and Loxodon, and I'm pretty much gonna stick with that.
And I just kind of got Fleet, and then like a Craig, and then everybody else is I can just kind of begrudgingly play for variety's sake. So until there's a character that can fit me for me, it's a 4.5.
That would give Rivals of Aether a 9.5 and a well-deserved 9.5.
I can't imagine even more deserved 9.5.
I love this game.
I just love it. Yeah.
And it's going to reach its potential. I know it is.
Yeah.
It just need people behind it.
And I know it's a little different than the original, but sometimes difference.
No, you got to understand that's good. I know I like about the Smash games?
What?
Each of them is different. There's always variety in Smash. I don't care if you don't like Smash Ultimate. There are like 6 other Smash games. You'll like one of them. I like the fact that if I like this game enough and I'm going to go back and learn Rivals 1, yeah, there's shit that carry over, but it's a completely different game for me to learn.
Just not having like grabs in general makes that a pretty different game. I know it's a lot more than that, but you know what I mean.
But you know what I mean. There is more for me to look forward to than just Rivals 2.
Oh, okay. So there's no real negatives or positives for this. The only real negative I have with the gameplay is that now that the game has shielding, parry seems kind of unnecessary. I guess not. It's a high risk read option, but it just feels like I should just be shielding instead.
No, shields are negative. Like shields are bad in this game. You don't want to shield in this game.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't.
The problem right now, they'll be playing it too much like a Smash game.
Probably, and that'll go away over time.
Yeah.
So maybe okay, that's not a negative then. The one negative is more people should be playing this game.
Yes. The positive is literally everything about this game.
You might be saying we're a little biased. Yeah, I mean, it's our review.
I don't think it's biased. I don't think it's biased. For the amount of bullshit that comes out nowadays, I am going to reward the people that's going to do the good thing for once.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
They're not cheating people. They're not being greedy. They give you a competent product. They're very, very transparent, very vocal. They're doing everything they're supposed to do as a company.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Fuck these higher level companies.
Support indie.
Support indie. And you're not the first time I heard this on this channel. Support indie is the only way gaming want to grow. Stop giving these people your money. They don't care about you.
However, these guys do.
These guys do. You know why? Because it's video game players designed, it's video games designed by video game players.
All right, so we should wrap up this TCB reviews. I thought it was going to be shorter. I think we say that for every video.
Yeah.
I think it's two people, so you can't really escape that. That's it for TCB reviews. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Watch the backlog. Join the Discord.
Do all the YouTube friendly things.
Yeah, watch the Best Bros channel. I know we ain't updated it in a while, but that's going through a change.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what that's going to happen.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, man. But support the channel, become TCB Faithful. All you need to do is subscribe.
Look, I'm going to say this. I talked about potential a lot for this game.
Yeah,
we got the same potential this game has.
That's cheesy.
It is, but it's true.
So support us like you like a platform fighter.
Give us $30.
Give us $30. We'll see you next time.
See you.